Hello, cozy friends. How are we doing? Y'all, I am in need of a reset day. I'm in need of a reset weekend. I'm in need of getting out of a sort of slump that I've been in the past week. And so I wanted to bring y'all with me to get the reflecting vibes, to get the reset vibes, to see if we all can't go into summer having the most sleigh vibes. Now, I feel like there's a few different versions of what a slump or a reset means to me. Maybe I'm anxious that my apartment's really messy. Maybe I have a lot going on either with work or my personal life and I just need to take a break for a little bit. Maybe I'm not in the best headspace and so I just need some distractions. I need some things that make me feel more grounded. But I think this one is a mix of a lot of those. And I think it mostly stems from the fact that for the past 6 weeks, I haven't been working my full normal 40-hour week schedule, and this was the first week that I went back to that. Because as a lot of you know, I've been dealing with some health things, and so it was nice that I was able to take this break from work to not only rest, to not only relax and take care of myself, go to appointments, do what I need to do. But whereas the 6 weeks was really good for me to take a break from work and reset in that way, I think my mind is now flipping and doing the opposite, where I've been having this feeling of, okay, well, my life is going to go back to normal, my life is going to go back to the boring, my life is going to go back to the day-to-day, but I've really been trying to fight that, sense of normalcy or boringness to reframe it as this is a great opportunity to reset some things in my life, to reflect on some things in my life, and just take a little mental snapshot of where I am to kind of reset myself, especially now that summer's here too. I really just think all of it is culminating in this perfect way for me to just have a good reset reflecting weekend. So, for this reset getting out of the slump weekend, there are a few things on my to-do list that I want to get done. There's some easier things on my list, like doing my laundry, cleaning my apartment, but then kind of in that same vein, something that I really like doing, especially for new seasons or when I do need a reset, is cleaning out a bunch of my decorations from wherever they are in my house and kind of swapping them to new areas to not spend a lot of money or any money if I try to, but rather trick my brain into thinking that I bought new items, that I bought new decor, or that something is new in my space. I've also been pretty good about using my planner to see what I have ahead for the next week, but I've been slacking on it a little bit the past few weeks. So I want to do that this weekend for the upcoming week. I also want to plan out June for my content and my streams. I want to refresh some of the things in my merch store because it's been sitting there for a while, and for my 2-year anniversary, we did have a little bit of a sale. So I let that sale run its course, and now that that's over, I want to refresh it with some new items, some summary items, some items for the new season, just to make it feel a little bit more refreshed. And then also this weekend, I have stream tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, I have a friend coming over to watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And then tomorrow night, one of my coworkers is having a little party because they're getting married, I think on Sunday. So we have a busy day tomorrow, but I think in both resetting my apartment and my routines and also having some time to hang out with friends and do some fun activities, I feel like it'll feel like the perfect entrance into summer, a good out of slump sort of routine that I can set for myself. And I'm just really excited to bring you along. So, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to reset for sure is this shelf. Not only do I look at it every day since this is my bedroom, but also it's on my stream very prominently, so I feel like resetting this and kind of making it feel new by just moving things around and bringing in new items will really help it feel new and fresh. Because when I first moved into this apartment, I really wanted to show off all the bucket hats that we've been collecting, and I think it looks so nice. But a week ago, I was looking through a lot of my old TikToks, and in my last apartment, I had more plants and greenery on here, and it made it look a lot more like spring, summery, which is kind of the vibe that we're going for now. So I think I'm just going to start with a clean slate by taking everything off, and then going around and finding other greenery and plants around my apartment, seeing where I can fit those first, and then putting up my bucket hats, and then putting up other decorations. Okay, now that everything is cleared off, I think I will just keep these Christmas lights where they are, because though I don't typically use them outside of the winter, I basically have very meticulously laid out where they are and like how they wrap around my shelf, and it took so long for them to get there that I'm afraid to move any part of it without it being just like a 30-minute hassle. But I do think just to give it a new little life, I am going to move this one shelf up just to see if it changes a lot. And again, maybe just add some flair to our already existing shelf. Okay, although that was a nice reset, I took some time to listen to some music, just kind of vibe out where things wanted to go. It took me a lot longer than I thought it would, which is why I also didn't vlog a lot of it, because I would put something somewhere and then regret my decision, and then put it somewhere else, and then regret that decision, and then put it somewhere else, in a sort of never-ending loop until it got to this point, which I'm still not 100% sure on. Because I think I'm still fighting, like, I want to display my bucket hat, so when people come into the stream, when I take pictures of, the shelf or, like, games on the shelf, it's a nice little, like, branding moment to have the bucket hats here to show off at each bucket hat. We typically on streams talk about which bucket hats I have, and I, like, point at them, and it's very nice. So I'm balancing that with also just, like, wanting to have decorations on there that can also like start conversations and also be really cute decor. So I think we've still found a good balance between like showing off decor and having fun things on my shelf while also being able to show off some of the bucket hats. But that honestly might change by the end of this vlog. I'll let you know if there's any updates. But right now I'm really liking it. I especially like this light I had in the middle on the bottom shelf, and it gave off a decent amount of light. But now that I've put it more towards this wall right here, it's bouncing off a lot more of it. So I think on streams it'll look really nice. It'll really brighten things up no matter what color it is. But that means we gotta check one more thing off of our little reset list. There's still a lot more to do, but I'm giving myself the weekend. I'm taking it slow. We're resetting for the right intentions. And so we're just gonna see what comes next to Legolas. Good morning, cozy friends. Yesterday, our little reset, our little time to especially look at products for my merch, got a little interrupted. So I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to yesterday. So I thought this morning we kind of double duty because I have stream in about like an hour. So I thought that we would fill out my little planner for the week and then also talk about last night and why I was interrupted. So we got our fun little pens in a little jar. I'm going to be looking down while filling out this planner for the week. So I moved into this apartment like 6 months ago. And since I moved in like in the dead of winter, I always had the heat going. It was fine. Nothing was really going wrong in that department. But I feel like now that the weather is getting hotter, it's been like aggressively warm in my apartment. So I called maintenance, right? And I was like, hey, it's really aggressively hot in here. Can we maybe do something about this? So they came over and they noticed the poor design of this apartment, though I love this apartment. It's been great. The thermostat is right behind where you would plug in the TV, which is a choice. So not only is it like hard to get to, but when they came in, they were like, I wonder if it's the TV giving off heat that might be like messing with the temperature and making it feel like it's hotter than it actually is in here. So anyway, I let them do what they needed to do. They were going to move my thermostat just a little bit over to see if that was the issue. So the maintenance person came yesterday, again, right in the middle of me looking at all of our little products that we have for our merch store. And he's rewiring everything. I felt so awkward just sitting there because he's using my TV, so it's not like I can just sit there and watch TV. And he gets everything plugged in, and he goes out to check that everything's working. And he comes back in, and he's like, huh, it's not working. Like the fans are going, but the actual AC isn't. So basically, it's just blowing out the hot air that's outside into my apartment. And so after about like an hour of troubleshooting, he finally goes out there to like my little AC unit, finds that the last maintenance person took my little AC conductor or something, I don't know anything, and gave it to someone else while my apartment was vacant, but never replaced it. So, like 2.5 hours later, we finally figure out that this is the issue. And so he replaces it, and everything was so fine. And so now I have my apartment set to like close to the temperature that I wanted it at, because I'm slowly going down to the temperature that I wanted at. And I feel like I'm like freezing in this apartment because I've been so used to, for months, another temperature. So I don't know. This morning it is pretty cloudy and like gloomy out. I think it might rain, which I am so here for the vibes. But it's Memorial Day weekend, so I also am like battling that I want the summer vibes. Hence my shirt today. I was in the summer vibes. I also have a party to go to later, so I was like, if I don't need to change twice, we're gonna do that. But I don't know. First stream, I might change into something a little bit more cozy, a little bit more comfy. But we did get the planner all ready for the next week, which feels so good. I always love doing this every weekend, or at least every weekend that I remember. But then the game plan for the rest of the day is that I'm going to go get ready for stream. I'm going to stream. And then later today, I have a friend coming over to watch a TV show with me. And then later tonight, I do have a party that I'm going to. So it's a bit busier of a day. So because of the whole AC debacle, and because today's a little bit busier, we might be starting to end this vlog and looking at merch and everything later and like all my stream stuff that I want to reset tomorrow, while we still have a chill day to the weekend to do that. But for now, let's go get ready for stream. Good morning again, cozy friends. I am so tired this morning, but we got chai, we slept in a little bit, everything's fine. And like I said yesterday, I still want today to be more of a chill day where I don't do a lot just because this weekend I've already been doing a lot. But I got on my computer early this morning to look at some of the new products I want to introduce to my store. And I also had this fun idea because though I didn't fully plan to wear this, but here we are being a walking ad for my store. I feel like when I was first making merch, I was really interested in like the cozy products, like the long sleeves, the hoodies, like all those sort of things that you would wear more in the fall or the winter. And so apart from having every design just be like a regular t-shirt, I wanted to introduce some new products that people have either been asking me for or that kind of feel more like summer. And so I'm going to be introducing the Summer Essentials collection, if you will. Because I also want to have these new products displayed at the top of my website, and not in a way that's just like, oh, there's new products, there's new things, but it's actually feeling like a collection, it's feeling like something new, it's feeling like a refresh of the store. And I also know this site uses drop shipping, which if you don't know what that is, I barely know what that is, but what I've heard from other people is that a company or someone has products in like a warehouse, and then you upload your design, they print it on that empty product like this, and then they ship it out to whomever, the creator, the shopper. And so since they can print designs on almost everything, there's a lot of products to go through, but I think I have a few in mind, and I've already seen a couple that I really enjoy. So now it's just the process of going in, uploading my design, making sure that the title, the description, and the pricing are all good. And I feel like this process is just more tedious than anything, because after you upload a design, it makes a render so that you can actually see what your product would look like, but it usually takes like a minute or two in between each product. So the fact that I want to introduce this new collection with multiple designs on each thing, it's just going to be more time consuming than anything. But I'm, of course, happy to do it if it means that you all get more products and more ways to support me. So, like here, I already found some cute products that I want to show you. So, I started out my store just having two little bucket hats that I made just to see how they would look. And when I first made this, the online store that I use only had one type of bucket hat, but it seems like they're catching on. So now they have a terry cloth one, and I have a few from Melissa that are terry cloth that I absolutely love. So the fact that there's another one, I'm obsessed with this. They also have these tote bags, which I never thought I would see like any of my designs or the designs that I had made on a tote bag, but I'm obsessed with this. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. And then the final product that I'll show off probably in this vlog, though by the time this vlog is out, all the products will be available. So a little plug to maybe go check out my merch because the new collection is live with way more designs than this. But like I said, when I first got this store, I really just made every design into a t-shirt, but I've gotten a few people asking me for like tank tops or like sleeveless or cropped things. So I found this really cute, like genderless tank top, which I absolutely love, and it comes in like 10 different colors too. So all of this I am just so excited for. And again, giving a kind of refresh and renewal to the store that's been here doing amazing things. So again, that is a little sneak peek of us resetting and refreshing the store, which was definitely on my list, and I am so glad that I did this. But I'm gonna finish this up. I'm also probably gonna order samples because how can I not design these and just want every single item? But also, today is the 25th of May, and I usually put out my schedule for the upcoming month of like my streams, my Twitch events, and all those things a couple days early so that my subscribers have a chance to look at the events first. That is like one of the perks that I do. I send it out in a fun little newsletter. So I don't know if I'm going to work on the newsletter itself today, but I'm definitely going to work on the schedule. So like I might as well just also get that done while I'm sitting here. But I think just because yesterday was so busy for me because I really didn't realize that all those events were happening on the same day, and because I still want some time for myself to rest, relax, kind of reset my own mindset, I think this is where we'll leave the vlog. But y'all, I just want to gab a little bit more about kind of resetting our intentions as we look towards the summer, as we look towards a new season. And earlier this week, I was watching a vlog from one of our lovely friends, Cozy Games, and her vlogs are always so cozy, so amazing, just so nice to either watch or have on as like background noise while I'm getting my own stuff done. But she was also doing some reflecting, which I know I'm gonna paraphrase and not do it justice, so please go watch her videos. But she was talking about something that she was really excited to talk about with her community, and then it was just kind of reflecting on like where she's at in her life and the things that she's been able to do because she made choices and started to really reflect on where she was and where she wanted to go. And like, boy, did that come at the perfect time for me. Because I don't know, then she kind of started to get like emotional talking about how she never envisioned this life for herself. She never envisioned this version of herself or her life. And she's so grateful and so appreciative that she has this version. And you know, obviously every situation is different for everyone. So she wasn't advocating for like, quit your job tomorrow and do whatever you want. But it was sort of like a message around, you know, kind of look around your life. Take in what makes you happy. Take in what's maybe causing you unnecessary stress and see what can be changed or what's in your control to kind of shift around or reset. And again, I am paraphrasing and also taking my own ideas from what she was talking about. But in that, it kind of gave me some inspiration to not only do this reset vlog and kind of reset the things in my apartment, reset my merch, reset some of my content creation things, but again, going into this new season and going back to work with this kind of reframing of a mindset of like, instead of, oh, I'm going back to work, oh, it's like the start of summer and now I have to do all this work and kind of go back to the normal schedule, I can come at it with like, I can really set myself up to have these fun experiences, to reset and have new merch, to really just go into it with a healthier mindset than just that I'm going back to the mundane. So all of that and all the reflecting that I've gotten to do in the past few weeks has really helped me. So I'm hoping that this vlog might give you some inspiration to reset some little things in your life, or just kind of reflect on where you're at and where you want to go with the rest of your day, your year, your week, like whatever it means. To just take a little reset for yourself because you deserve it. But okay, cozy friends, I love you all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your days, of your weeks, of your time zones, and I will talk to you so soon.